Today, we're going to clone it. We're going to build a full stack clone of OfferUp. So you guys can see right here, here's the website, and it is a marketplace where you could go in and sell whatever the hell you need to sell. We're going to be using a tool called DataButton. It's a full stack no-code application, and we're not just going to build a nice looking front end. We're going to build a full stack app, as I can show you here. We're going to do a front end. We're going to build Firebase integration that's going to have all your logins, all your authentication. We're going to be adding all the additional pages to the website, so it's not just going to be a single page website. We're going to build the whole back end. We're going to actually set up the whole posting mechanism and saving everything to the server. So you'll actually have your profiles, you'll have your listings, buying and selling, and then we're going to deploy it. So make sure you grab a cup of coffee like myself and saddle up. This is going to be a 30-minute from A to Z build out of the OfferUp clone. Once you watch this video, and if you follow this step by step, you will have a fully functioning website business that you could sell, set up, and actually operate. And this is what I'm trying to make here to show you the power of no-code AI and all of the amazing tools. So why OfferUp? This was actually somebody's comment in our YouTube channel that says, can you do a video cloning OfferUp website, please? So you know what? Like all good YouTubers, I said, you got it. I'm going to do a full stack app, not just a crappy demo. So this is the difference with my videos. My name is Marcin.ai. If you guys have not watched my videos, take a look at my channel. I build full stack applications. So you're not just learning how to use these tools. You're actually learning how to make full projects, whether it's a game, start to finish, whether it's a full SaaS business, whatever you're into, this is the place for you guys. So no further ado, let's just jump right into it. So first is we're going to take a screenshot. So we're going to take a screenshot of the OfferUp homepage. Boom. Then we're going to click into one of the listings. We got some shoes here. We're going to take a screenshot of this. So this would be our, you could say, details page. Once we have that, then we're going to go in and go to our profile. We're also going to view our public profile. So this will be our profile page with items that we're selling. And then, of course, we are going to go list an item for sale. So let's go right here. And then how do I actually do this? So post a job. No, I don't want to post a job. I want to post a product to sell. Interesting. So you can't actually post from the website. So this will be our unique sales proposition is we're going to actually do a posting mechanism to get these products up on the website. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to go to Facebook Marketplace and we're going to use the posting mechanism from Facebook Marketplace. Item for sale. So we're going to actually use this UI because they have everything. So why don't we take this and we're going to do a screen of this. There you go. And now that is going to be our posting feature. So this will actually be great. So we're going to have a different thing that OfferUp doesn't even offer for whatever reason. So DataButton it is. Why did I choose this? Because it has everything. I've been using this tool. It absolutely works insane. And of course, if you guys try it below, which I recommend, buys me a cup of coffee. I'm super grateful for that. What's also cool with DataButton is if you look at the pricing model, which no one else offers, is it's obviously credit-based, just like all the rest of the no-code tools. But check this out. Agent plus human support. For $700, you get unlimited use of the AI, but you actually get a support person to help you build out your full projects. So this is definitely insane. Dedicated Slack channel. It's got all the human expert help unblock. Jeez, my brain is fried today. It was a long weekend. We just did a hackathon, which I'll talk about in another video. But then you also get an agent plus human advisor. And this is really next level. So if you're really building a business and you don't have a CTO, you can actually pay $4,000 per month and you'll have a full-time pretty much person that can help you with the AI, the human CTO, all of the other good stuff. So I don't want to bore you too much with this, but definitely take a peek if you guys want. Let's get back to building. So we're going to go new app. And again, we're going to build this whole thing from start to finish. So description. We are going to be building the OfferUp.com clone, period. The name of the project is Quick Flip. That's actually a pretty good name. Quick Flip. Let's go Quick Flip. Hold on, let me totally off the cuff here. Quick Flip. I like it. It is going to be a marketplace where I could set up a profile, have the ability to list items for sale. All the items will be inside my profile and on a public feed. I want the ability to edit my product once I have listed it. Also mark it as complete or sold. And then I want all the mechanisms of communication between the parties. I'm going to be using Firebase for all the authentications, backend, server, everything that is going to be needed for this project. I want the UI to be really modern and sleek. Think Spotify meets Facebook. That's a pretty good prompt. So just a nice description. So we have the listing, the profile. It's obviously going to have all of the... I also want a search function on the homepage that filters all of the listings based off of the search. All the categories We can automatically create. Perfect. And if you guys are curious what I'm talking, why am I talking on my computer? I just have dictate set up. You just click this twice and then it activates dictate. So that's what it is. So recommend. So upload what you have so far. So right now, we don't really have much. We just have our information and we're just going to let it rip. So we're going to skip this, but it's going to say share your design inspiration. This is where those screenshots that we took is going to come handy. So let's do that now. So here is our screenshot. So we have the original homepage, paste that. Then we have our second page, paste that. And then our third page is our profile, paste that. And then obviously fourth page is the item for sale. We're going to paste that. So now it's going to have the 4 images. And obviously you can continue doing this for every single page, but this will give it a good idea. This is the big thing when I start doing these builds. And I've learned this through the process of doing many of these clones. If you guys could check it out. Oh, I didn't mention 30-minute challenge. So we're going to try to do this in 30 minutes. So normally you would build out this super fancy front end. But what I'm going to do, and I've learned this the hard way, is I'm actually going to work backwards. So we're going to do all of the most difficult things up front. So Firebase API, we're going to do all the backend servers. So it's all working with the basic functionality, and then we're going to skin the pig. So that's how we're going to do it. So this is definitely a little pro tip after many failed projects, and that's why I'm doing it this way. So here we go. Authentication, Firebase, check. Database, check. Firebase storage, and then also we have Stripe. So I'm just going to add that in there now, and that's it, guys. Now you hit done, and here's the beautiful part about DataButton. It's going to make a full plan. This is very, very different to how most of these no-code IDEs work. It's not just going to start building. It's going to make a full plan breakdown of every single thing that we want to build. And then we're going to just go one by one and actually build it. So this is definitely one of my favorite features of this product is the ability to really strategize and think like an engineer. You could see just by the services they offer, they really want you to be a full stack dev and build full applications and not just some glorified demos. So here we are. So we got 8 steps for this whole project. Create a sleek dark theme landing page with search functionality. Install the config Firebase extension for authentication, design and implement user profile with listing, build item listing creation, implement the database, create item detail page, implement search functionality, and set up messaging between the buyer and the seller. How incredible is that? And we don't have to do this in order. So these are the different tasks, but we're going to start, like I said, is I want to config the Firebase extension first. Then we're going to build a profile. So we're going to have the logins, profile, and then we're going to make sure that we can from the profile, create our listings, and then we're going to do all the front end stuff. So that's the idea. So now once we have our plan here, you can also click on preview, and this will be our preview. And then there's also what's called overview. And this overview is going to show you how the project flows. So again, very cool for non-code developers to understand how these projects work. So let's just jump right into it. Install and configure Firebase extension for authentication. So you just click start task. And now we're going to tackle that first. So it's going to start asking you questions and most likely implementing it. So it's going to talk about Firebase. So why don't we go to Firebase and set up our project? So all we do is we create a Firebase project, which is free. Firebase is free. As you use it, you're going to obviously pay. But here's the best thing. You get up to $500 free when you set up a new account. So don't worry about that. And I'm going to show you ways to protect your page and protect your account so you don't get it blown up by some other, here we go. So we're going to do Q flip. This is going to be our project, quick flip. We're going to enable Gemini. And then it's going to talk about Google Analytics. So we could turn that off for now. You could just set that up later. And that is it for the setup. And now we're going to wait for it to load. Actually, while that's loading, let me show you guys something amazing. We have a community called the NoCode AI Army. And in here, this is a private group. It's all free, 100% for you guys. 3,249 members in our group. You guys can come in here. There's a lot of collaborating happening. People are projects, launching projects. Everybody's working stuff. We got designers, developers, creatives, marketing, go on and so on. All the links are below. You guys could join for free. That's part of our community. And the goal is to get to 10,000 members. And we're going to become the largest no-code AI army. So that's the idea. All right, let's see what we got here. So next thing is let's connect Firebase. So would you like to add Firebase to your app? Yes, let's add Firebase. So here's our configuration. So now we're going to go back to Firebase. What's nice about this, it's going to walk you through step by step. And if you haven't watched these build out before, just ask questions. It's really simple. How the hell do I fix this? Shit's not working. How do I fix it? And then right here, it says get started by adding Firebase to your app. So we're obviously not building iOS. We're not building Android. We're building a website. So we're going to click website. And here we're going to call it QFlip. Once you do this once, it's really easy. So it's also set up Firebase hosting for this app. Hosting can also be added later. There's no cost. We don't need it. Register app. And this is going to be our SDK. So this is going to be the first thing that we need. So we're going to copy this right here, your web's Firebase configuration. We're going to go back. And if you see here, it says, what is your Firebase configuration? So we're going to copy that and we're going to paste what we had on the website. This is going to give us all the information. And for all you guys out there, don't bother taking the API key. As soon as I launch this video, I'm deleting the API key and launching a new one, so you don't have to waste your time. Configure authentication provided in authentication setting. So now we're going to go back, and here we're going to hit continue to console, and just do this once. Once you do it, it's going to be super easy. So we're going to go all products, authentication. Boom, we're going to click authentication. And right here, we're going to say click get started. Walk this step by step. Now this is second nature to me because I've done this probably 30 times. So here's your Firebase authentication. What do we want to use? Email, Gmail, Facebook, whatever you want. I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to go email password. But if you want to use Google, there's a couple extra steps. So let's go email, enable, email password. And then we're going to hit save. And that's it. So we just enabled the authentication. It's that simple. Then we're going to go back to database. It's going to say add these domains to authorized domains. So we're going to copy this. We're going to click on authorized domains in our project right here. See that? Authorized domain. We're going to add the domain, paste, and hit add. So now it's going to allow us to use those two worlds. Again, just following instructions. You don't need to think about this. You got to just follow every single example. Optional, enable Firebase database. We want that, right? We want to be able to store data. So guess what? We did authentication. Now we're going to do database. And just like that, we're going to walk through every single step for you guys, going back to our game plan as I showed you. So we already have this, Firebase login. We're going to not check it off because we got to make sure it works, but I'm showing you how to set it up. So now here we go. Look, all products. And then it said Cloud Firestore Database right here. Create database. Really simple. We're going to hit next. Make sure it's in production mode. Hit create. Sometimes it doesn't work on the first try. If you get an error, just try it again. You'll see. Hopefully we get it on the first one. And if you guys check out database or any of the other, DataButton, any other stuff below, I'm super grateful. I love helping everybody out making these videos and actually building up full-blown applications. We have so many amazing things that I can't wait to show you guys. So definitely give a follow and I appreciate it. All right, so we got our database. Now we're going to go back here and we have Firestore database, we have our domain, and we have our settings. And now what? Install Firebase authentication. So now it's going to check everything, make sure it works. We got our logout, we got our config, and we got our restart. So we're going to see what happens. And here we are. Also, Firebase knows your app is protected. We've secured your app with Firebase authentication. Your user can now sign in safely. Let's test connection. So very important is every single part of this, when you build it, test it, make sure it works. And I'm going to show you actually with the database why this is really important. So as you can see, Firebase connection tested, 4 out of 4 passed. So everything works. So this is fantastic. So now we already have our enabled desired sign-in method. And then the one thing we're going to have to do is make sure that all our rules are in there. So I'm going to show you that. So here we go. Would you like me to set up a login page first, set up the registration page first, configure the user section? So let's set up the login and sign up page first, period. It should then take you, after the login is successful, take us to the home page. Let's set up the login and sign up page. Let's do that first, actually. I'm going to keep it simple. Again, I'm going to go one by one. If you get too far ahead and something doesn't work, it's much harder for these no-code tools to screw things up. So that's why I'm being very, very careful. I'd rather take a little extra time building each component first to make sure it works than get to the end at 98%, which is what I always hear. And people are complaining in the comment section. I built it to the end and then it broke. Most likely this is the reason. And again, I've done this. I'm guilty of this. So that's why I'm sharing with you the best way to do this. And here's another great thing. If you go to preview, now you start seeing all the pages. So that we have our pages. So we got our home page. Now we got our login and our logout page. So it's creating all of those for you. The components, the UI, the media, APIs, and internal storage. So what it actually is going to be building. And then we have our overview. So now look, we got our home page, our logout page, our login page, the app provider, and some of the other files. So you don't have to know what it does, but it's always good to have it because if you do know what you're doing, this gives you a lot more power than a lot of the other tools. You can really look under the hood. Here's our sign in. So let's check if it works. Let's just do a dummy email, a@a.com. Hit next. Let's do Marcin AI password, hit save, and voila. So now let's go back. I'm going to show you. Go back to here, hit refresh, and there is our user. I already tested it right before that. So here is our user and it works. You guys can see, and it's just that simple. We got login authentication. So now we're going to do the next bit. So plan A is config extension for authentication. Create a dark theme landing page with search functionality. Design and implement user profile with listing section. So let's do that. So we're going to click on that. And it says create a user profile page that displays user information and a section for viewers, all listings, including empty space, blah, definition, functionality, profile page that shows your info responsive. And also, I also want to have a post new product on the profile. And off we go, just like that. We got our next task. Let's get to work, see what it does. Oh, if you guys want to see some more of these builds, check this out. So I've done some crazy one. I did a Reddit clone in 13 minutes. I did an Instagram clone in 7 minutes, full blown using this tool. Also, I did a gaming website that basically cost $5 to make. And we have so many other clones. I did clones of a bunch of different popular applications, including a link tree. I rebuilt that, but did a bunch of one. I did Spotify clone and so on. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and definitely give a follow below. And I look forward to having you guys be part of our community. My favorite part, checking off what we got done. So Firebase setup login. This is done. So we can just make this black. We're going to add the pages. Right now we're setting up this back end. So we're going to call this profile actually, because it's all going to be part of the profile structure, this whole back end. So saving your profile information and then your listings that you're going to be selling. Also, while that's going, I want to show you this setting. So here's what you can actually do. So here's all the information you can apply. You could export your code. You could put your app to sleep. You can clone it. You can upgrade. You could also set up different things when it comes to the agent guidelines. So if you have a specific thing, what to do, what not to do, what environments to use, you can put that on here. This is built for full stack capabilities. So this is the kind of stuff that real engineers use, and you now have the power. Obviously, the domains, setting up the custom domains. We also have extensions, so you can set up different extensions. Design, so you have our theme, your favicon, all that stuff. You have our secret. So this is where all of the secret codes are kept for your project. So they're not just public, like a lot of bozos putting out there. You could collaborate with other people, and then you also have your packages. So this is really good with the pre-installed packages. As you can see here, we have our Python, we have Fast API, and then the different type of recommendations of what you want. So if you know exactly how you want to build something, this is where you would go in and you can do that. So it really gives you the power to build something without letting these no-code tools hallucinate and kind of screw things up for you. So that's the idea. All right, here's our first version. So now, as you can see, it created a very simple landing page, which is what we want. We're gonna do all the nice stuff later. We've got quick flip, buy and sell, browse listing, join. So we already know join works. So now check this out, we got new listing. Oh, look at that. What are you selling? Car, description, 1963 GMC, price, 10K, so 10,000, category, vehicles. I don't even have to do any of this. Look at this, fair condition. And of course we have to put an image. Let's just put a random image, create listing. I don't expect this to work because I don't think we've set up the back end yet, but hopefully it does it locally. So this would be really, really nice. So let's see what happens. But as you can see, we now have a listing feature. It's not going to work, which is expected. But as you can see, we have the component. So we have the actual component that it's going to start doing. So let's go to do this. Let's click on profile. So profile is not set up yet. So let's take a look what it did. So we have our homepage, create listing. We have edit profile. So we need to be able to profile setup. Let's try this, mmm@m.com, test, password, and hit go. Perfect. So that's what we're going to do next. There is no profile setup, period. It just goes to the homepage. Perfect. Let's try that and see how it does. But as you can see, now we do piece by piece. That's the idea with this. We're going to start getting all of the most important functionality in that order. Make sure it all works. Make sure you're able to log in, set up your profile, make listings get saved on a server. Then we work on the homepage. So if you've never seen it done this way, this is how I've been building, and it makes the product so much better because I get rid of all the potential issues up front. And I'm going to keep reiterating this because this is extremely important for you guys to understand is you don't want to get too far down. You don't want too much code. You don't want too many things that could potentially break. So I want to show you a few of the things that we want to set up here, which I know we're going to do down the road, so I might as well get it out of the way. We did authentication. We did Cloud Firestore, as you can see here. Next thing we're going to do is we want to do storage right here. So this is actually what's going to store the files. And the one thing you have to do here is you have to have a billing account. So this is one extra step. I have a Firebase payment account. It's called Blaze. It's a pay-as-you-go Blaze plan, and it uses cloud billing. Set it up. It's free, and just put a threshold, $5. If it spends $5, let me know. So again, protect yourself from these things so you don't have these unexpected crazy bills. So we're going to link, and right now it's not going to spend anything, right? Unless I get traffic to the website and people start using it, and then you start actually getting charged. So this is a big misconception. Oh my God, I have to connect servers and backend, and it's going to cost me so much money. No, it's not. It's only going to cost you money if you have users and people coming to the website, right? So this is definitely a big thing. So once you've added, you want to now get started. This is the second step. Make sure you don't miss this. Hit continue. And again, sometimes this works the first time. If it doesn't, you do it again. Oh, perfect. Look, an unknown error occurred. Don't freak. Just do it again, and it's going to work. Not sure why this bug exists, but it does. So eliminating all the little issues that you're going to be dealing with. There you go. Bucket created. Now we have authentication, Firestore database, storage, and the last bits that I want to add, it's called real-time database. So this actually syncs and stores data in real time for the product. So this is going to be our fourth and final thing that we're going to need for this product. Make sure it's in locked mode, hit enable, and we're done. So now we have the four things. So going back to our project, let's see how it's doing. So it said it's wrapping up, but basically that's it. Now you have everything fully set up. We're going to have to obviously tweak it because once DataButton starts communicating with our storage, our real-time database, and anything else, we're going to have to give it rules, how to set up the implementation of the backend. So right here, it's going to give you instructions. It's going to say Firebase security rules. This is super important. So what we need to do is we need to go to Firebase, and then we need to copy this right here, go to our Firebase and go to the Firestore. So we're going to click Firestore, and then you're going to click on rules right here. We're going to copy and paste the new rule. So we're going to get rid of that. And then we're going to paste our new rule and we're going to hit publish. So that's the first rule. Then it's going to go down. Then it says storage rules. So we're going to go back. We're going to click on storage. We're going to click on rules. We're going to select that. We're going to paste that and hit publish. And now those are the two things that we needed to make sure to connect the database. So now going back to our going up to our project, we got our new user now, which is connected to the backend. So let's actually try this. So new user, let's call this Marcin test, bio, what up, city, San Diego. Oh, it actually searches, perfect. Optional phone number, and then optional email. Save profile, failed to update profile, please try again. So it didn't work. So now we're gonna go in and say, profile saving did not work, fix it. The next part I also wanna say is we're gonna go back to our plan, and this is now, since this is all connected, we're gonna say mark is done, and we're gonna right here, create a sleek dark theme landing page with search functionality. So we're gonna click on that, and we're gonna hit start task. And now, since we have our authentication, we have our profile, we have create listings, now it's going to actually go in and style this whole thing so we could have a full functioning website. One thing I also want to mention to you guys is if you go to docs.databutton.com, you get all of the documentation. This is super powerful. So if you do get lost somewhere, just go in here, search for whatever you're looking for. So one thing you can do too is you can copy this URL. You can open up, for example, ChatLLM. If you guys aren't actually familiar with ChatLLM, this is not for this video, but just check it below. It's pretty insane. You basically get access to all of the different models. So look, you got Gemini 2.5, we got DeepSeek 3.0, 0.1, all in one. $10 a month, and you get to come in here and say, can you give me the simple step-by-step for this link? We're going to paste that in, and then ChatLLM is going to access the link, and then it's going to give us the simple step-by-step integration. So we don't have to read these long documents. So it's just like a little hack for you guys. But Abacus.AI that has ChatLLM. There's so many other things here. Check out my other video for it, but I do have the link below so you guys could check it out. And of course, appreciate the coffee. Next, let's see what it did as far as the design goes. Oh, wow. Look at this. Holy crap. This looks insane. Wait, what? Quick flip, buy and sell locally, your trusted marketplace. It created the categories. It even created a few. Oh, wow. From our database, the images I uploaded. Local community, start selling browser. Let's sign in. So let's create a new user. Let's do s@s.com. I just have it set to just allow any combination. So let's do Marcin AI. Damn, this is pretty dope. So you guys are seeing, now we're making progress. Oh, it just broke. Let's see. So wow, look, we got profile now up here. Let's go profile. Oh, let's go. Let's see if it saves. This is the big question. So let's edit. Let's try uploading a picture. So let's upload a pic of the shoe. Uploading and done. Let's go. But it saves it too. Look at that in our database. And we got active listings. Edit profile. Let's do a Marcin AI, city, San Diego, and then no code dev. Where's the save button? Save profile. Ooh, it works. And last but not least, create a new listing. This is the big one. So let's see what happens. We go back to the homepage. That's cool. So let's sell a train. Price $1 billion. So that's going to be a vehicle. Condition, a new train, of course. San Diego. I purchased a train and now I want to sell it. Okay. An image. Let's do that one. And create listing. Drum roll. Come on, let's go, baby. If this works, I'll be impressed. Circle is not identified. You can't find more in the console. Okay. So it didn't work yet, but we are getting close, as you see, with every single little step of this. So yeah, impressed. Let's fix the error. And then let me show you on the back end. You click storage, listings, and then here is the image we just uploaded. So it all works in the back end. So now we have the storage database, real-time database, authentication, and now we're going to go back and fix this right here. So let's close that. Oh, wait, it did work. Oh, what? Let's edit. It just didn't refresh. Here's our listing, train. Look at this. Here's our image. Let's see if we can add another image. Okay, just throw another image. Update listing. Oh, it does work. When I update the listing, it doesn't save properly. Also, there's an error after I create the listing. All right, we're making progress. Okay, try it again. Sell an item. Create an item. Let's do a plain since we have all of these insane expensive things. How about $19 billion? Category, furniture, new, like SD. Description, I got a plane for sale. Thumbnail, image, boom. It's a plain shoe. Create listing. Let's go. Here's the listing. It's got the price, new, furniture, all the tags. Delete listing, contact details, edit listing. Please work. Yes. Let's change the price to $1. Damn, we are getting close. This is crazy. Wow, look, here's our listings too. So there's our shoe. Let's look at it. Plain $1, like new. Oh yeah, we absolutely cooking. This is crazy. Here's the prices. Look at this. Oh, if the filters work, what was the category we selected? I can't remember. Let's just click through. Clothing, home, toys, sports, vehicles, jewelry, furniture. Oh, it was furniture. And it does work. So it uses the actual tags. Yeah, this is next level. Wow, view all. So that's obviously got to get fixed. Okay, this plain. Oh, amazing. Damn, I'm impressed. Okay. I told you, let's start checking off what we've done here because we are getting pretty crazy. Front end, check. We can obviously make it nicer. Add additional pages. Check. We got them. Set up backend profile. For sure got that. Set up posting. Yep. And what is there to left? Deployment and Stripe integration. So deployment is really simple. I'm not even going to waste time with deployment. Look, all you got to do is hit deploy, then deploy app. It's going to start the deployment. It's going to give you a custom URL, which is going to be the database URL. Here it is. Look, here's our live website. This is crazy. Let's see. Okay, it's still deploying. That's why I got too excited. But basically, that's it. And all you're going to have to do is add your custom domain. And that's pretty much it. All hosted on DataButton. And of course, if you want to put it on Git, download it, upload it to your Vercel or your hosting site, whatever you want. But what else we got left here? Let me see. So while this is going, wow, this is crazy. I'm honestly pretty blown away by this build out myself. The fact that filters work and all the other stuff to create new listings is pretty remarkable. List an item, that all works. Click on the item, delete listing, edit listing, details, contact. So dope. Okay, so try this though. Let's sign out and then let's see if we can actually view it as a user without signing in. So if I just like come to the website without signing in, let's see what actually happens. Okay, so here it is. So look, I'm not signed in. And then if I click on it, it takes me to sign in. Okay, so you do have to sign in. So let's make a new user, ml@m.com. Hit next. First, so this is buyer. As you see where I'm going with this, I want to be the buyer. So save. And now I should be able to see all of the listings that have been made. Let's go back. Oh yeah, offer. Hell yeah. This is working exactly how I had hoped and way better. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Let's go. Click there. That's the image. Make offer. Click on that. Okay, so make offer doesn't work. That's fine though. But you can see how far we've gone. So I think the next thing, since we have everything working, we have the search working, we have the listing creation working. And as you guys see, everything in our database is saving users, listings, and messages. Then we have our real-time database, and that's not being used yet. We have our storage, which we've seen, and this tracks our listings and our users. So the picture for the users and then the listings. So here is the one we just did. Look at that. So that's all getting staged and set up. Here's our users that we're creating. So I don't know what else I could do besides freaking push this to a domain and obviously fix all the little tweaks. So then it all works seamlessly. But here's our final website. You guys could take a look at it below. I'm going to put it below and it fully works. Everything is in here. Start selling, create accounts. Once you created your accounts, you can go in and delete stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's pretty insane. I'm going to definitely work on the Stripe integration and I will probably make a separate video for that. But this video is running a bit long. But as you can see, the instructions are pretty straightforward. And then once we have Stripe integration, then we'll be able to just connect that to a payment processor and we'll be able to actually post stuff and people will be able to actually buy stuff. So I hope you enjoyed that. Check out DataButton below. If you do, I'm super, super grateful for you guys. And then definitely join our community. This is the type of stuff we do on the channel. We're building, we're creating. I'm showing you how to literally build a full business. So you can't look at this and be like, oh, this isn't a full-blown full stack application, because it is. And of course, all the people in the comment section are going to be trolling. What about security? What about all this other stuff? Those are all the next steps, right? But it's all using Firebase, which is secure. And then we're going to make sure that everything is done correctly. We're going to ask the next phase for deployment, which is like, hey, let's add all of the security functionality and the features and making sure that nobody can bypass the logins and all the other stuff that comes with launching a product. But if you're not blown away by this, 30 minutes, we built a full clone of OfferUp, and I think it's better because we can actually post versus just having to use the application. You look at this. It's got filters. It's got a search functionality. So I'll continue building this in the next video, and I'll actually probably launch this as a real product. If not, I'll probably just put it up for sale. So you guys watched me build something, and now we can either launch it as a business, or I can put it up for sale and sell it off to somebody who wants to actually launch it as a business. So let me know in the comment section what we should build next using DataButton. And I hope you enjoyed that. It's a full stack platform, and definitely give it a try. There's all kinds of different pricing points from 20 bucks, I think. Yeah, from 200. And of course, if you want the human support or the human advisor, you guys could do all of that and building. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the group, and we'll talk later. On to the next.